on this part. Now we will come on the polymorphism. So what is polymorphism, Sitara? Any idea you have about that?
The layman language that I know is something that can be derived into many forms.
What do you mean by many forms?
Um, I'm not sure. I just know the basic definition. Like poly, I've heard like poly means one thing and morphism different forms.
You're right actually. So how that can be useful in Java and how that is achieved? Okay, so as in poly is a Greek word, right? And it means many, and morphism means forms. So there could be many forms of doing one thing, right? So how that can be achieved in Java? So we have methods, right? Methods in Java, and we have some method name, method signature, and method body for that. And with the help of polymorphism, we can do, we can create multiple methods with the same name. So creating multiple methods with same name, right? So that could be the one way, right? If I create multiple method with the same name, so that would be the example of polymorphism. So I will have multiple ways of calling the method, right? But as of now, what we see, if I create one more method here, if I create one more method here, let's say multiply, public void multiply, then Java will give me error. See, you are creating a duplicate method here. Multiply is already there. How can you create a duplicate method here? Right. So what JavaSoft people have done, they have uh, you know uh, created two types of polymorphism here. First is method overloading and second one is method overriding. So what happens in case of method overloading, I will have multiple methods with the same name in same class. So I can have multiple methods with same name in same class, right? But the condition here is the method signature should be different. Method signature should be different. What do you mean by method signature? So we have method name, as in we have method header as in method access specifier, followed by your public your non-access specifier, then we have return type, and then method name. So this is called method header, and after that we have parentheses, opening and closing parentheses. In that we pass parameters, right? So it could be int a, int b. So this portion of the method is called method signature. Int a, int b is called method signature, and followed by method body, right? So what JavaSoft people have done, they are saying that you can have method header same, as in method name same, but method signature should be different, and with that you can achieve method overloading, as in polymorphism, right? So instead of having multiply, as in having the same parameter, if I do int a equal to this here, it's absolutely fine. So now Java is not giving any error. Yeah, I am having same method, public void multiply, but only difference between these two is it is no argument method and it is having one argument here. And similarly, I can have one more method or many more, public void multiply. Let's say this time I am having string s. So this is also fine because I am having a different parameter here now, different argument. This is no argument method. This is having one argument, but with integer type. This is the method with string type argument. Making sense? So how they are achieving the uh, method overloading in Java? Now, what could
Nitin, just one question. So here, in the first method, we have not entered any arguments. For the second method, we have entered arguments. In the third method, can I use the same like public void multiply and then use string?
yeah, multiply only. I'm so sorry. This was multiply only.
Okay.
Yeah, this was. I mean, the method name should be same. Then only method
Doesn't
overloading.
matter how, okay. So it doesn't matter how many times we use. It's
Yeah,
just that the arguments should be.
should be different either in number or in data type.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can have same numbers also. So there are multiple ways of achieving that. So first could be like I have in one method I am having int a, int b, and in another method I am having int a, int b, and then int c. So that is first possibility, right? I am having different numbers. In first method only two parameters. In second method I am having three parameters. Okay. So next could be int a, float v, or double a, double b. This could be another possibility. Next could be int a, float b, float a, int b. Okay, so they should be varying either in number or in type, no matter how many you have, and likewise. So any combination is fine as long as they are different. Making sense? So this is what is method overloading is. Now when we see method overloading in case of Java, what all do we have any overloaded method in Java by default? They do ask this question, what is the method overloading example in Java? I mean, do they have any inbuilt method which are actually there in the form of overloaded? So there are many methods here. If you would have observed it carefully, so let me write one string here. String s equal to, let's say, selenium. Now when I try to check the methods here, right? So this contain equals is the same method name but having different argument. Char sequence as string buffer sv, right? So likewise you will find lot many methods. See, index of int ch, index of string str, index of int ch, string from index, index of string str, int from index. So these are all overloaded methods having same method name but different method signature. Last index of, right? So these are also the overloaded methods. See, split string regex, split string regex int limit starts with substring. This is also overloaded method, right? I am having different argument and same method name. So we have so many methods in Java which are actually available in overload form. Yeah. So understood what is method overloading?
Yes, Nitin.
Okay, let me take the example here. So method overloading. Let me do one thing. Let me take one by one only. So example of method overloading. So int a equal to 10, b equal to 20. Or maybe I'll directly write the methods here. Public void add, public void add. Into b, and here int c equal to a plus b. C, so c. And here what I am doing, I am x equal to, let's say, 10, y equal to 20, c, so plus y. Okay, and from here I am creating object of method over m equal to new method over, and then m dot add. So here, so when I am just typing dot, I am getting two suggestions here. See, add, which add method which does not return anything, and add method as in even this is not returning anything, but it accepts two parameter and it accepts no parameter, right? So this is the user defined example of method overloading. So I can call add here also, and I can call add with two parameters. Here I need to pass values, so 20, let's say 30. So, and when I run this program, I will get the output of this add, so which is actually adding x plus y, and I'll get the output of this. So I am passing 20 and 30, and I am getting 50 as output. Making sense? Instead of this, I can have it like one more method here, which accept float or double value. So double double, and double double, and here I am calling m dot double, right? And here I am passing 10.23, 11.25. Fine, right? Understood how the method overloading is working.
So Nitin, we can have without passing the arguments, we can just have another return type instead of void int.
That will not
So
work. That is
okay,
not method overloading. So
okay,
instead of this, if I am having same method but with different return type, this is not method overloading.
okay,
So they do ask in interview whether if you change the return type, whether that will mean you will be able to achieve method overloading. No, return type does not make any difference. It is the type of argument or the number of argument.
okay.
Number of
Only the
argument
number of parameters we are passing will be different. That's it.
need to be different. Yeah.
It can be
Okay.
any data type. Yeah.
It can be of any data type, yeah, any data type, but there should be some difference either in number or in type.
Okay.
Okay, so method overloading as in if two or more method, if two or more methods with same name in the same class, but differ in following ways. First is number of argument, and second is type of arguments. Yeah, so that is the only condition. You can have same or different return type. Even one method is returning nothing, other method is returning some integer type value. And if I am having different access specifiers also, then also it is fine. So let's say instead of this, I am having one method as public, other method is private. So it will also not make any difference. I can have method overloading. One method is protected. Okay, so I am having three methods, right? Method name is same and I am having different argument. If I use public here again as in with different specifier, it won't work. It is giving a problem here, saying duplicate method. Instead of this, if I use protected here, then also same thing, it will say duplicate here. So return type protected, nothing works. Even static non-static will not work. So one is static, second is non-static, it won't work. So for Java, everything is duplicate only. Only how JVM differentiate only with the help of the parameters we are passing. Okay, so be it any access specifier, be it any static non-static, be it any return type, does not matter. Only thing that is matters is your number of argument and type of argument. Any confusion here?
No.
Okay.
No, Nitin.
Overloading.
Okay, now other way of achieving polymorphism in different classes, right? So we have seen how can we have same methods in same classes, and with the help of that we can achieve overloading, polymorphism. Now another possibility could be like having the same methods in different classes. So for that, let me close this and let me take the example here, parent and then child. Okay, so let's say what my child is saying, what he is saying that whatever the property you are having, I want to acquire those properties, but I want to have some different implementation in that property. Okay, so you are having add method here, and right, and what my child is saying, even I will have add method here, but I will implement in my way. I don't want like what the way you have implemented this. So let me inherit the class first, and then for method overriding, inheritance is must. Yeah, so without inheritance you cannot have the method overriding. Okay, so first the class should be inherited, should inherit its parent class, and then only we can have the same methods. So here what I will do, I will create the same method here, whatever is there in the parent class. Okay, so in this case, everything should be same. Method name, method number of arguments, and method return type. Everything should be same, but the implementation might be different. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am just assigning value of A to C, but what my child is saying, I will do the implementation in my way. So I will write like int x y equal int z equal to x plus y, see so, and then printing z and int y equal to 10. Okay, so method name is same, guys. Method name is public void add, here also public void add, and here if you see the one triangle is displayed which says overrides basic parent add, right? So this is an overridden method. We are having the same method in child class. Okay, so let me take a good example of this. So public void public static void main args. Now what I am doing, I am creating object of class C, new child, and with the help of this object I can call add. Okay, since the method name is same, right? So the suggestion would display here only one time. Now the question is from which class the method will be called. Will it be from parent class or will it be from child class, because both the methods are same.
Child class only will come.
Child class only, okay.
Yeah, even I think it will be called from child class.
Disha is not here, kya? Okay. So until where you were, you could listen, Disha. So we have a parent class here and we have a child class here. Now child is extending parent, and I am having same method in both parent class as well as child class, right? Method name, method as in method header and method arguments, everything is same. Method body is difference. There is a difference in the method body. So what child wants, he wants the implementation is in his own way. So he implemented the same method in a different way. Here I am just assigning the value of A to C and I am printing C. But here in this case, I am having the different implementation. I am just adding, I am initializing one variable called y and then adding y with x and then storing that result in z, and finally that I am printing. Now what I am doing, I am creating the object of child, and then with the help of this object reference, I am calling the method, right? So method name is same, so the method call would happen only once. So I can get only c dot add once. So with this, from which class the method will be called? Will it be from parent class or will it be from child class?
It will be from child class.
It will be from child class, yeah. So this will be from child class only, because child, in case of method overriding, if you have same method and if you are creating the object of child class, which is pointing to the reference of child only, the method from child class only will be given priority, and this method will be executed at runtime. So we will get 60 here. Okay, so this is the example of method runtime polymorphism. At the time of at runtime only it is decided. It is not decided at the compile time which method to be called. Java compiler does not decide, only JVM decides, virtual machine decides which method to be called. Okay, so with the help of child class object, the priority would be given to the child class method. Now I have couple of variations here. Let's say I am creating the object of child class. So child c equal to new child. So in case of method overriding, I am talking, right? In case of method overriding, wherein I am having same method in both the classes, and I am calling c, let's say c dot add. Okay. Now another variation could be I am creating object of parent, which is again pointing to the reference of parent. Now from which class the method will be called? If I am having this variation, parent p equal to new parent. Now with the help of this, if I call the method p dot add,
It will be from parent.
it will be from parent. Okay. Okay, you are correct. So this will be from parent only. So p dot parent, p dot add, parent method called. Child method called. Okay, let's say another variation of this could be I am creating a object of child which is pointing to the reference of parent. Now in this case, from which class the method is called?
Child.
Yeah, it is from child only. Yeah, so if you create the object of child which points to the reference of parent, then child class method will be called. Okay, so this is a third variation. P dot add will call the method from child class. Okay, what would be the fourth variation? If I am creating the object of parent which points to the reference of child. Okay, so this is not possible in Java. This is illegal combination in Java. You cannot create the object of parent which can point to the reference of child. So this combination actually is not possible. Not possible. Okay, so they do ask a lot of questions from this combination. If you create child class object, child class reference, parent class object, parent class reference, child class object, parent class reference, and parent class object, child class reference. Okay, so please make a note of this.
Just one question. So in real time, why do we use overriding? I mean, what? As you said, a logic will be different in both the methods. Okay, but what would be the real use?
So it could be difference as in you can use the same method name, and you can use this implementation also along with that implementation. Okay.
Nothing else than this, right?
Nothing else as in nothing else.
Okay. Like security purpose or anything, nothing like that.
No, nothing like that, because we are inheriting, right? We are inheriting.
Yeah.
We are inheriting. So I mean, we are pretty sure there.
Correct. Yeah.
Let me know once it is done. Yeah.
Done from my end.
Okay. Okay, one more variation here. Let me know once it is done. I will let you know one more variation here.
Done.
Naresh?
Yeah, done it.
All right. So in this case, I am having same method in both the classes, right? If I am having different method in both the classes, then so I am having add here and add one here. And now if I'm using all previous combinations, child p equal to new child. Okay, and with this reference, which all method I can call?
Both parent and child.
Both parent and child, right? Good. So parent add and child add one. Okay. Parent add and child p dot add one. So this is one combination. In case of different methods.
In case of different methods, it will be a normal inheritance, right?
Yeah,
It won't be a overriding.
yeah, it won't be overriding. Yeah, but there is inheritance.
Yeah.
So if I am having like parent p child p equal to new child, then p dot add and p dot add one. I can call both the methods. Okay, and if I am just changing here parent p equal to new parent, then only parent method,
Just a
right?
parent method.
Just a parent method, yeah. So this is another combination. So if I'm creating object of parent, just a parent method is called. Then if I use this combination, parent p equal to new child,
Then both.
not both, this is only parent method.
New child, right? We are creating object of child.
Yeah, so that is the difference. That is the
Okay.
difference in case of having different methods and same methods. Since we are creating object of new child, but that is pointing to the reference of parent, and methods are different. So I can access only parent class methods with that.
But child class is inheriting the parent class, right? So object of child class should access the methods from parent as well as from itself. That is the concept of inheritance, right?
Yeah, but here
And here
we are
method names are different as well.
yeah, method names are different, but you are
Pointing
child class object is pointing to the parent class reference. So this method is not cannot be accessed by this reference. Understood in memory? So we have a parent class object and child class object, right? So child class is the object is referring to the parent class reference. Okay. In case of same method, the same method copy is available with both the methods. But in case of different methods are available with parent class and child class. Yeah.
Got it.
So this is how they get confuse you. So if you have different, creating parent class, child class object and parent class method, then also you can access only parent class method. Okay, and the fourth combination is not possible, as in you cannot create parent class object and child class reference. This is a legal combination in Java. Not allowed in Java. Okay, so make a note of this also, because this along with this they create a lot of combinations and then they ask questions. So here we have different methods, and there is an inheritance. And if I remove inheritance, then what will happen? If I create
it will be an independent class.
Independent class, yes. So if I create object of parent, then I can access only parent class method, right?
Yes.
And if I create object of child, then it will access only child class methods, right?
Correct.
And in case of same methods, will it make any difference?
If you are creating, if you create a parent class object, then it will fetch the parent class method, and same applies to the child one.
Yeah, so there is no inheritance here, and both are independent classes. I have in first scenario I was having different methods in both the classes. So with the help of parent class object, I can access only parent class method, and with the help of child class object, I can access only child class method. And second scenario was I was having same method in both the classes, but the child class was not inheriting parent class. Right? Again, in this case also, with the help of parent class object, I can access only parent class method, and with the help of child class object, I can access only child class methods. Okay, it's clear, right? Satara, Naresh?
Yes,
Yes.
Nitin.
Okay. Now, let's say I am having same methods in both the classes. So I am having add here too, and I am extending this class, extends parent. Okay, and I am creating object of child say equal to new child. With the help of this object reference, I can call the method add, but this method will be called from which class? Child class only, right?
Child class. Yeah.
What I have to do to call the method from parent class?
Have to use a keyword.
What keyword?
To call the super class.
Yeah, right. So we have to use super keyword here, super dot add. Cannot use super in static constant.
Static.
Okay, I will have to use super here instead of this. I will have to use super here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm calling this method, and from this method this is called. So if I see, with the help of super keyword, I could access the parent class add method now.
I just didn't understand that static wala error.
Yeah, so super basically can be used only with the instance method. It cannot be used in the static methods. We use super here, right? With the static method. So that is the reason it gave the error. So super basically
method should not be static.
Method should not be static.
Super.
Yeah, method should not be static. So we have a constructor also, right? When we are creating a class, we have a constructor also, that is default constructor.
Default constructor.
Right. So it's like parent class constructor. Then we have, let's say, having child class constructor also. See, so this is child class constructor. Now let's forget about this super for some time, and I'm creating the object of child here. Okay, and let's forget about this method also. So when you create object of child, and I am having a parent class constructor and a child class constructor, now what happens? When you create object of child, the parent class constructor is automatically called, followed by child class constructor. Okay, so for that you don't have to use super keyword. it will automatically call parent class constructor followed by child class constructor. See, first the parent class constructor was called and then child class constructor was called. So super keyword is basically used to access a parent class method as well as variables. Since child class constructor is automatically called, so we don't have to use super keyword to call the child, we don't have to use super keyword to call parent class constructor.
Understood.
Understood, right? So Satara, you are getting it right, how the constructor was called?
Yes, Nitin.
Okay, so I created the object of child, and once the object is created, parent class constructor was automatically called, followed by child class constructor. But to call the parent class method or to call the parent class variable, we have to use super keyword. Here in case of this, right, we have to use super dot add or super dot a only we had, right, a, yeah. So we have to print that. See, so okay, so okay, so first the object of child is created, parent class constructor was called, followed by child class constructor. Then we called this method of child class. So it printed the value of z, that is nothing but the x plus y, where x is 50 and y is 10, followed by we call the variable from parent class, that is using super keyword. We could get the value of a, followed by we call the method of super class, parent class, right? And there we could print 10 again. Understood, right? How, what is the use of super here, how the constructor is called, how the variable is called, how the method is called?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes, Nitin.
Now we are done with these combinations. Super keyword is also done, scenarios are also done. Now the next question is about three method types: static, private, and final. Can we overload them or can we override them? This is also again a frequently asked interview question. Can we overload static method? Can we overload private method? Can we overload final method? Or can we override static method, private method, final method? So the answer is, for all three, yes, we can overload static, private, and final method without any problem. We can overload static, private, we can overload easily, but we cannot override. Okay, so we'll take this an example. So method overloading. So static method, this is static method, right? I can overload static to static, there is no problem. What is okay? What error is it giving? Okay, public static end. Now okay, so I can overload static method. So I am having one static method here, I am having another static method here, I can overload, there is no problem. I can overload private method also. So I am having one private method here, I am having another private method here. So that is also not a problem. I can overload final method also, public final. Okay, so I can overload final method also. So there is no problem with overloading public static and final methods. Public as in private static and final methods. So they do ask, can we overload main method also? Yes, we can overload main method also, because main method is public static. So we can overload main method also. I can have another copy of main method, public static void main, but return type should be different. Argument should be different. See, I'm having same copy of main method again here.
Okay, just one question.
Yeah.
If we are having two main methods with different, which one will I mean run first? The string one.
This
String
method will
one,
be
right?
run first, and then this we have to call explicitly.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So we have to call this main method from here. Main, let's say 10. Okay, and here I am writing like CISO another main.
If I would have written this code from line number 6, the 18th, this main method int a, if I have written above the main method, then also it will start execution from string args only, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does not matter wherever you write. Yeah, you can write anywhere in the program. It's not like, I mean, execution will start from the line number 5 or 4 or anything.
No, that I understood. I just got confused because there are two main methods now.
Main method which is having this as argument, is string array as argument.
That will always first run first.
That will be always run first, and this main method we have to call it explicitly.
Yeah, understood.
Because that's a user defined method now.
Perfect.
Yeah, so we can overload static, private and final method, but we cannot override. We will see that also, and we can overload main method also. Okay, static, private and final. Why we cannot override? That is your exercise. Why we cannot override? Okay, so let's say in this, I will close this, and I am having, instead of public, I am having private method here. So, and here also private. So private here and private, what it is saying, the method add from the type parent is never used locally. So since the method is private, right, you cannot access outside of. Final variable, as in final variable will become constant. You cannot change the value of final variable. Final variable will become constant. And you cannot change the value. Final method cannot be overridden. So this you have to check. And then final class cannot be inherited. Okay, so let's say if I am having any class as final class, so public final, and here I am having public void add, and if I am trying to inherit this class, now it is saying the type child cannot be subclass the final class parent. It is what it is saying, please remove final modifier of the parent. So you cannot inherit the final class. Okay, so final class itself is an independent class. Okay, you cannot inherit that class. All right, so we covered on final. Now, what is the difference between method overloading and method overriding? Quickly, can you please tell me what is the difference? One by one,
Overloading
please.
done in, yeah, overloading is done in same class.
Yeah, good. Yeah, same class,
Overriding is done in a different class, inherited class.
different class. Good. That is first difference. Second, Disha.
In method overloading, we can use same method names with different parameters. In overriding, same. In overriding, we whatever object we create in the main method, that class method only we can call.
So method overloading as in same method name but different parameter. But in case of method overriding, same method name and same parameter.
Yeah.
But different implementation. Could be
Yeah.
same or different body. It is not like
Correct,
you have to have
correct.
different body. It is like different body. Same or different body.
Yeah.
Same method
Same
name
one.
and parameter.
Yeah.
Sutara, your turn.
Overriding is done like during runtime.
Okay.
And overloading during compile time.
No, it's not like that.
No?
Overloading is also done at runtime only. So this is the similarity between overloading and overriding. In both cases, Java compiler does not know which method to be called at compile time. It is decided by JVM only at runtime only. Okay, so that's a similarity, Sitara, rather than a difference. Tell me anything else. We talked about return type, right, Sitara? Am I audible, guys?
Yeah.
So in case of method overloading, return type can be same or different.
Same, right. But in overriding, it should be same.
It should be same. Return type can be same or different. But in case of overriding, return type must be same. Okay. Any other difference we have, guys?
Method overloading, there is no need of inheritance. In overriding, inheritance is must.
That's fine, yeah. Because it is happening in same class, right? So this point is covered here only. Different classes with inheritance. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Any other difference, Naresh?
Yeah, static final methods can be overloaded.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Static public and static private and final method can be overloaded. Can be overloaded but cannot be overridden. Cannot be overridden. Now the next difference is overloading is nothing but the extension of the already existing feature. As in we have same method name add, but we want the extension of that feature. As in first method we are adding 2 values. In the next method we are adding 3 values, right? So that's the kind of extension of already existing feature. Of already existing feature. But overriding could be completely different. The programmer might write a complete different code in case of overriding. He does not have anything to do with the previous implementation. Okay. Different implementation of same feature.